Little girls, every day eat, sleep, and breathe them. So good. It's really very good. So good. Whatever. Ow. This is Michelle from Memoirs of a Movie Maven, and the movie I'm reviewing for you today is Annie. Now, I missed Annie. Basically, it's only going to be in first-run theaters now. If you happen to live in an area with a lot of theaters, or with a theater that has 20, 25 screening rooms, but unfortunately I live in an area for the time being that has only about 10. So it's now considered a second-run movie, but we don't have a dollar theater, but we have a theater on base, and they play first-run movies, second-run movies, advanced screenings, all that jazz. So I finally got to see Annie. And at first glance, this movie appears to be a shiny, hollow, remixed, and auto-tuned shell of its former stage self. Well, that's completely true, but it's not all bad. Now, the plot of Annie is, well, if you don't know the plot, you've been kind of living under a rock for the past 30 years or so, but I'll tell you anyway, plus it's slightly modernized. So, Annie is African American now, which is totally fine because it's not really a race-specific part. It's not like The Color Purple or something. She's an orphan. She lives in a foster home with this horrible Miss Hannigan, and that was my little thing in the intro. Whatever. I'd love to play that part in 10 years. That would be amazing. She's holding on to this optimistic idea of finding her parents one day, and in this modern version, instead of Daddy Warbucks is this politician, this cell phone CEO business guy who's running for office, who, in a turn of fate that I won't give away, comes to find out that his campaign people thinks that him hanging out and temporarily fostering an orphan or a foster kid will help him look good to the public and will raise his poll scores, which are abysmally low because he's kind of a douchebag. Germophobic, all that stuff. Huge, snobby, rich guy douchebag, cliche type. Funny, but cliched. And so it kind of follows a more street-savvy Annie and their relationship together, and a lot of musical sequences because it is a musical, and kind of learns about family along the way. And the surface area of this movie is good. It looks slick with nice production design, especially his pretty awesome penthouse, which is pretty awesome, aside from the weird water feature that I don't care for. Some slightly modern arrangements of the oldies, which I surprisingly liked because they didn't try to go too hip with it, which can come out like you're trying too hard. As well as some new songs written by the super talented Sia, who apparently has a cameo in this movie, and I totally didn't see her anywhere, so if anybody can tell me where she was in this movie, please comment below and let me know, because I have no idea. I didn't catch her. And it's executive produced by Jay-Z, so got some good elements. Jamie Foxx also has a really nice voice. It's also with the lead, do not make me pronounce her name. Her last name is Wallace. Quinza something or another Wallace. I'm so sorry, girl. You were awesome. You were really good in this, but I cannot pronounce her name for the life of me, but she was actually nominated for an Oscar a few years ago for Beasts of the Southern Wild. She's quite a talent, and she did an amicable job as a now very streetwise Annie. And Rose Byrne delivers a very sincere performance, and there's plenty of humor. The problem with this musical is that there's only one real talented singer in this, and that's Jamie Foxx. Rose is sweet, but really can't sing. And the worst offender is Diaz. I'm so sorry, girl. But you not only can't sing, but she was so wrong for this part. In what universe is Cameron Diaz going to play a spinster, like Miss Hannigan's supposed to be? In what universe will somebody not nab that up? They tried to tear down her looks. She tried her best. You could tell she was giving her all in this. She was trying to be just this little drunk, but I mean, she's beautiful. Cameron Diaz is hot. You cannot take that away. She just did not fit the part. But who would have been better would have been Jane Lynch. You know from Glee that she can sing. She actually even sang the Little Girl song in an episode in season 4 of Glee. Carol Burnett, who played the original Miss Hannigan in the original film back in the day, actually plays her mother on a bunch of episodes of Glee. So she even looks enough like her, and she's the right age. She would have been amazing in this film. And we know she can play this kind of character because of the character she plays on Glee. Maybe she didn't want to pinhole herself, but maybe they were just going for a big name thinking that was enough. And honestly, it's not enough, folks. Producers, casting directors, please just put the right people in the right parts. A big name in Hollywood doesn't count for anything if they aren't playing the right character, because not everyone is suited. If a person is great in a part, it'll resonate with the audience as much more than a big name who's not right in the part. That's the problem with this movie. This is where auto-tune sucks the heart and soul out of this film. Now, for those of you who don't know, the way that auto-tune works is auto-tune, I'm a singer, auto-tune fixes your pitch when you have problems. And occasionally everyone has an off note or something, but the more auto-tune has to work for you, the more it has to fix your voice, the more it will distort your voice to the point where it will take away all your character, it will take away your vibrato, it will take away all the things that make your voice interesting, and it will make you sound more and more electronic. That's the problem, is that you can tell the singers that need it and the singers that don't. The lead, she's a young girl, she probably does need it a little bit more. That's, you know, she still had a nice voice, but it cut out a lot of the vibrato from her voice. You only got to hear it right at the end of the phrases. And Jamie Foxx was about the only person that sounded like he wasn't auto-tuned to death. Everyone else was. And it sucks the character out of everyone's voices, and it takes the heart and soul out of the film, and that just tells me that please just cast people who can sing. I mean, Rose Byrne is gorgeous, and she's sweet, and she's very sincere, but there's a lot of girls that can sing that could have played that part. I don't like the original, but I watched this mainly because it got nominated for Razzie, and I always watch the Oscar nominations, the Indie nominations, sometimes catch the Golden Globes, sometimes the SAGs, and I catch the Razzies because I want to know, do these movies really deserve the nominations? Sorry to say, Cameron Diaz got a much-deserved Razzie nomination for this. Sorry. Look, I laughed at this movie. It was pretty. I liked the soundtrack. I love Jamie Foxx's voice, and I like the modernizations in the film, including making Annie street smart, because she's a foster kid in the system. She would be street smart, and you know, the modernizations with technology and everything. I liked all of that too, but the auto-tuning, and more so the miscasting, hurt the experience and cuts the heart out of the film. I don't think this deserved a Razzie nomination for worst remake, sequel, or ripoff. I don't think it deserved that. I don't think it was that bad. Lovers of the original will miss the sugary sweetness, and people like me, we're not fans of the original overall. I found the music in the original to be a little bit sappy and annoying, and I found Annie a little bit annoying, and I liked her in this version. I like some of the other songs, but as a whole, I just don't like the musical quite as much. So I saw potential in this film the entire way through, and was disappointed that it didn't live up to it. The rating I'm going to give this movie is not the brightest crayon in the box, but sure is pretty. If you didn't like this movie, then watch instead the original Annie movie from 1982, or Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tombs as an alternate dollar theater movie. No heart, pretty package. See it once at the dollar theater and then kind of forget about it. So thanks you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel so you never miss a movie review. I put new ones up every time I watch a new movie in the theaters. I put it up every Tuesdays. I have a DVD article about the new DVDs coming out on my blog. That link is below, so follow that blog. And please like, share, comment, subscribe, and please tell me, what is your favorite version of Annie? It could be a stage version that you've seen in New York somewhere at some time. It could be one of the film versions. There's also a TV version made in '99, as well as this version. You know, I really want to know what is your favorite. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you later.